Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So with the way the world ended Unfortunate Love last night, then I don't think they are ready to go on any break for now. So in case the world is going to continue Unfortunate Love, then this is how the story is going to continue. After Lakshmi boarded a train and Lakshmi was presumed to be dead. So what you're about to watch is what happened after 7 years. So watch this video till the end to find out what happened to Lakshmi after she left the Oberoi house. 7 years later, in a village, the children are playing in the school. Some girls are playing with ball. One girl throws the ball in the room of another building and she asks a girl called Pinky to go and get the ball, else the teacher will scold them. Pinky goes to the building and sees fire in the building and she shouted, calling Parvati. Parvati gets up from her bench inside the class and she comes there. The children shouted for help from the teacher. Parvati runs from there to go to where the fire is burning. Lakshmi is seen with the tractor because she is now a farmer in her village. The teacher sees Parvati climbing the burning building to save Pinky and she calls Lakshmi and informs her everything. Lakshmi shouted Shalu and tells her that Parvati went to save Pinky from the fire. Shalu says, I will drive the tractor, and both Shalu and Lakshmi get into the tractor and Shalu drives the tractor while Lakshmi prays for the children's safety. Parvati managed to get inside the burning room and calls Pinky. Pinky says, I am here. Parvati asks Pinky to come with her, else the fire would increase. Pinky refused to go with Parvati. Parvati says, then why did you call me? And Parvati wanted to leave angrily, but Pinky asked Parvati to take her along, and Parvati asked Pinky to come behind her. At the Oberoi house, Rishi comes downstairs while talking on the phone. Grandma gives Rishi the outer plate. Rishi touches the lamp flame accidentally and he burns his hand at the same time that Parvati also gets small burn from the burning building in the village, and both Rishi and Parvati says the same thing. Grandma asks Rishi not to tell Neelam about his burnt hand and she apologizes to him. Rishi asks the servants not to tell his mom. Neelam hears them and comes downstairs worriedly. At the village, Lakshmi asks about Parvati. The teacher says Parvati is inside and the fire brigade is called already, but Lakshmi says we cannot wait till the fire brigade comes here. Inside the burning building, Pinky refuses to go with Parvati, fearing that they will get burnt, but Parvati tries to convince her. Lakshmi shouted Parvati, and Parvati also shouted Mom. At the Oberoi house, Neelam comes downstairs like an obsessive mother, and she looks at Rishi's burnt hand and she gets worried. Rishi says to Neelam that he is fine and it was his mistake that he burnt his hand while taking the God's blessings from Grandma because he was talking on the phone. Rishi asks, should I go? Grandma says you need to take someone else's permission before going. Rishi remembered his son Rohan and says of course. At the village, Lakshmi climbs on the ladder and gets inside the burning room. Lakshmi asks Parvati and Pinky. Parvati asks Lakshmi to take Pinky out of the place first. Lakshmi says she will take both of them out and she covers both of them under the blanket with her and she asks them not to be scared. Parvati says to Lakshmi that she will not be afraid when her mother is here. Lakshmi comes out of the burning room and sees the big fire, but she managed to come downstairs with the children. Shalu asks Parvati. Lakshmi asks Pinky and asks if she is fine, and Pinky says yes. The teacher thanks Lakshmi and Lakshmi takes Paro, that is Parvati, outside. At the Oberoi house, Rishi pretends seeing his son Rohan. Rohan asks Rishi to show him his hand and he applies ointment to him. Rishi asks that how did you know that I am hot? Rohan says I am your son and I know everything. Neelam smiles. Rohan asks if Neelam was fooling him. Neelam says yes and Rohan says I will not talk to you. Rishi says to Rohan that when you care so much for me, then I feel good. He says you are the best son of the world. Rohan says you are not the best dad. Rishi tries to cheer him up and asks him to say that he is the best father. Rohan says no and he asks Rishi to become a cock. Rishi tries to sit like a cock so that Rohan can call him the best dad. He says to Rohan that you are like your dad. Rohan pretends as if he has taken Rishi's photos while he was bending as a cock. Neelam asks Rohan to upload the pictures on social media and everyone laughs. Rishi asks Rohan to delete the photo. Rohan says he has fooled Rishi. Rishi takes Rohan and hugs him and they begin to play. Karishma says to Neelam that it was Rishi's good decision to bring Rohan to their house. Neelam says to Karishma that it was the best decision that they throw Lakshmi out of the house and out of Rishi's life because Lakshmi is unlucky. Meanwhile, in the village, the children were clapping and calling Lakshmi a lucky teacher because Lakshmi saved Paro and Pinky from the fire. In the village, the children are cheering up for Lakshmi and calling her a lucky teacher. The teacher appreciates Lakshmi for being so good and saving the children from the fire. Lakshmi says that she follows her father's values of saving lives, and Lakshmi jokingly asks the students if they will not let her take a leave for a day without them getting into trouble. Lakshmi says to the student that she is proud of all of them and she cheered them up. The teacher asks Lakshmi to take Parvati home, and Shalu, Parvati and Lakshmi leaves. At the Oberoi house, Rishi asks Rohan to come to school and they went to the car. Lakshmi, Shalu and Parvati are going home and Shalu is driving the tractor. Lakshmi asks Parvati why did she go to the burning house. She asks if Parvati is now a superhero. Parvati says Pinky is her best friend and that is why she went there to save her. Paro asks Lakshmi why she also came to save her. Lakshmi says she couldn't wait because Paro was stuck in the burning building. Paro says that is why I also went there because Pinky was stuck in the burning house. She feels a pain in her hand and says, "Oh, Father," and Lakshmi recalls how Rishi used to say, "Oh, Father," whenever he is hurt. Shalu asks Paro that why did you say, "Oh, Father," when you are hurt? Paro says she just said it like that and she doesn't know why. In the car, Rishi gets hurt and says, "Oh, Father." Rohan asks why Rishi says, "Oh, Father." Rishi says he just said it just like that and he doesn't know why he said it. Rohan says he always says, "Oh, Mother," instead, and he asks Rishi that where is his mother, and Rishi looks on. At the village, Lakshmi and Parvati get down from the tractor. Parvati tells Lakshmi that all the fathers in their school come to pick their children and they play with their children. And Paro asks Lakshmi that where is her father, and Lakshmi looks on. Rohan asks Rishi that where is his mother and says he needs his mother because other children's mother comes to take their children from school, so he also needs his mother. Parvati keeps asking Lakshmi that where is her father, and Lakshmi fakes to have pain in her foot, and Parvati cares for her by blowing on her foot to make her feel better. Lakshmi says to Parvati that she is fine and they should go home, but Parvati still asks that where is her father. Lakshmi angrily says that her father is lost, and Parvati asks Lakshmi if her father is lost in the city. Lakshmi recalls Rishi's harsh words when Virendra was at the hospital and how everyone, including Rishi, blamed her for Virendra's condition, and Lakshmi cries. Parvati asks Lakshmi not to cry and says she will go to the city when she grows up and she will bring back her father to her. Parvati says to Lakshmi that she knows that Lakshmi cries whenever she misses her father, and she promised Lakshmi that she will go to the city and bring her father when she grows up. Lakshmi gets emotional and asks Parvati. Rohan also asks Rishi that where is his mother, and Rishi says that his mother has left them long time ago. Later in the night, Lakshmi comes to the room and sees Parvati sleeping on the bed, just like Rishi used to sleep. Lakshmi recalls and a flashback is shown. Rishi and Lakshmi are talking, and Rishi tells Lakshmi that they will name their daughter as Parvati, as inspired by goddess Parvati, just like Lakshmi's name was inspired by goddess Lakshmi. Lakshmi says to Rishi that since Rishi gave them the name for their daughter, then she will be the one to name their son in case they have a baby boy, and his name should start with letter R just like Rishi's name, and says their son's name will be Rohan. Rishi says Rohan is a beautiful name, and the flashback ends and Lakshmi smiles. At the Oberoi house, Rohan comes to the room and sees Rishi still sleeping, occupying the old bed. Rohan says the big bed seems small for his dad, and Rohan pulls down the blanket on Rishi's body, and he rolls Rishi with the bed sheet, and he tried to push him down from the bed. Rishi wakes up and shouted, saying that he is about to fall, and Rohan made fun of him. A flashback is shown. Lakshmi comes to the room and sees Rishi sleeping. She removes his blanket and she tried to roll him with the bedsheet of the bed and push him down. Rishi wakes up and asks that what is Lakshmi doing. Lakshmi says that is enough sleep for Rishi, and she rolled him with the blanket because that is the only way to make him wake up. Rishi tells Lakshmi that she should have sprinkled water on his face to wake him up. Lakshmi made fun of Rishi and the flashback ends. Rishi looks at Rohan. Rohan asks that what is Rishi thinking about. Rishi says nothing, and Rohan takes Rishi out of the bedsheet. At the village, Parvati talks to Shalu about her learning for the day. She asks Shalu to take her to school in the tractor. Lakshmi says they are taking the tractor on rent and they had returned it to the owner. Parvati says that they should buy their own tractor, but Shalu says that they need a lot of money to buy a tractor. Parvati says to Shalu that she knows that her mom had money before and she knows who takes their money. Shalu asks that who. Parvati says that the wicked auntie, referring to Rano, and Shalu and Lakshmi looks on in shock. At the Oberoi house, Karishma tells everyone that Rishi and Rohan must still be sleeping and that is why they are yet to come for breakfast. She says that she doesn't know if it is Rohan that is handling Rishi or if it is Rishi that is handling Rohan, and everyone laughs. Rohan and Rishi are coming downstairs. Rohan asks Rishi not to take his phone to the in-house temple and he takes the phone from Rishi while Rishi ran after him. Neelam, Karishma and Grandma are happy seeing the father and son playing and Neelam shows concern for Rohan. Rishi tells Neelam that she has forgotten him since Rohan came to their house and everyone laughed. At the village, Shalu asks Parvati that how did you know everything about our Auntie Rano? Parvati tells them that she keeps an eye on Lakshmi and Shalu whenever they are talking in the night, and Shalu and Lakshmi are shocked. An old lady, probably Lakshmi's grandmother, asks Parvati if she always secretly hears Lakshmi and Shalu's conversation. Parvati says sometimes you people talk thinking that I am sleeping, but sometimes I am awake and I hear everything you say. Parvati says I know that your aunt take all your money, and just then Shalu's phone rang and it was Rano's call. Parvati says that the wicked auntie is calling and now she will ask them for money. Shalu picks the call. Rano asks Shalu to send her all the calculation for the profits they are getting at the farm in the village. Rano says that now she is a businesswoman just like Lakshmi's husband and says what is Lakshmi's husband's name again, and she pretends to recall and says just like Rishi Oberoi. Rano tells Shalu to send the farm profit calculation to her because she is now a businesswoman and Lakshmi and Shalu should give her feedback of everything that is going on in the village. Shalu says that she will send it and she ends the call. At the Oberoi Hotel, Rishi is in the meeting and a guy gives him a proposal, but Rishi realizes that the proposal is fake. Rishi stands up and grabs the guy's collar and calls him fraud. Rishi asks the guy to get out of his office for trying to fool him, and Rishi throws the guy out of his office. An employee comes there and tells Rishi that Rohan's principal called him to come to Rohan's school immediately, and Rishi goes. At the village, Lakshmi is teaching the students in the classroom. A peon comes to Lakshmi and says that the principal is calling her. Lakshmi gets worried and quickly goes to the principal. At the city, Rishi comes to Rohan's principal and asks if everything is fine, so the principal assures him that everything is fine. The principal tells Rishi that for the cultural exchange program that their school always organize, Rohan is selected to go to the village school with other kids, and other kids from the village will come to the city to learn about the city life. So for that, Rohan has to go to represent the school at the village. Rishi looks on in shock as the word village reminds him of Lakshmi. Alright guys, so this is how the story is going to start again after 7 years. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.